Hey guys, this is Beast Mode. Today we're doing another Let's Talk, and I'm just going to be talking about Call of Duty. So I'm just going to start off with this. Call of Duty is a franchise I've played for 10 plus years now. I've loved every minute of Call of Duty that I've played. But sadly, I'm taking a little bit of a break from Call of Duty for the next couple weeks, I'd say. Definitely for the next couple weeks. I almost wanted to wait until the Season 2 Reloaded just because of how bad it is right now. But I'll definitely get on again when I have the, when I have the willpower to get on and make content for you guys on the new game. I'm just tired of having this conversation. You can tell it in my voice. If I had my camera on, you could tell it in my face. I'm just so done with this conversation. Multiplayer gets shafted. It's the story of the year. It's not going to change anytime soon, it feels like. Season 2 Reloaded, though, we're getting a brand new map. So I'm definitely excited about that, but still, it's not enough to, fix all the things that have happened. But this is more about what has just been reported. That is more than less gutting news, because even though I'm a content creator, I care about the growth and the health of this franchise. And this is just the worst possible thing I've heard the last couple weeks. That the premium expansion we were going to get next year is now a premium title, meaning it is now its own game. This is a Modern Warfare spin-off of Modern Warfare 2. It will be developed by Sledgehammer. Sledgehammer hasn't worked on anything Modern Warfare related since, obviously every studio helps each other in Call of Duty. Treyarch makes Ranked every year for some odd reason. But they haven't worked on one since MW3, when they just had to come in and save everybody. And that's kind of where I'm at, is that what's going on, because Sledgehammer was supposed to be in almost a pre-production phase. The way these games work now, it's not they're supposed to be helping everybody else, but also coming up with Advanced Warfare 2 as it had been leaked and maybe even officially reported. I forget what was officially said, but they were going to work on Advanced Warfare 2. I doubt that was official, but I almost feel like it was at some point. I heard that from officially Call of Duty something, but maybe it wasn't. But they're going to be working on this title. They've had barely any time to work on. I mean, Cold War didn't have a lot of time to be developed and stuff, but it still had a great year. Cold War is the one game that besides MW3 that I really have been in the recent years really enjoyed, because its content was there. They added a lot more content than 2019 did. They had a lot going on. It was always I will say MW3 didn't have a lot of updates and enough stuff until the very end. And Cold War always had enough stuff for me. It always was enjoyable. And I just feel like the next Call of Duty is another Rush Call of Duty, so they might be able to pull something off, but it doesn't sound like it, because Treyarch just kind of pulled a rabbit out the hat, and they had more time to work. I guarantee you, they were already working on Cold War, but they had to ramp up production because of the way the story broke. The Sledgehammer wasn't making the next Call of Duty and everything, and everything probably shifted gears. But I feel like this was a plan, but the plan completely changed at the last minute, and now it's an actual title that I guarantee you they think it has enough content, but it doesn't, and it's definitely going to be barely supported for a year. Don't mark my words or anything. I just have this feeling that it's just going to be another Call of Duty like MW2, where the support is not really there for multiplayer, and it's kind of there for Warzone, but it still could be better. If you look at other companies, man, the updates are way better. Apex right now is one of the best games I'm playing. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Apex is probably the best game I've been playing. That's a live service game. They have the best update in recent memory. Their update was better than Call of Duty's update. It was better than Fortnite's little update. But I'd say even Fortnite's little update with the heist has been better than the whole entire Season 2 update. Including Resurgence. Like, that's how little I care about, like, Call of Duty right now. And, like, it doesn't matter. You've kind of just fumbled the bag so hard here that for people like me who love multiplayer, it's like you can't really undo this unless you give us, like, new maps and, like, more than, I'd say one. I'd say more than one new map, like, next season. I say 2 new maps at the launch of next season. And that'd be 3 in the matter of a few months. And that's a lot to ask for. But we've been shafted for months now. Vanguard has more maps by now than this game does. That is speaking volumes. Like, that this game has something going on in the background. Maybe this expansion was just planned to save, like, help the game a lot. Not save it, but really help it. And now that it's its own title, the spin-off has to be, like, it didn't, if it was an expansion, to me that sounds like this game is going to be virtually the same game, but repackaged as new. Which is one of the cheapest and easiest ways to trick a consumer into buying something new. If you know anything about, like, even a little bit about business, that's the easiest way to make money. Like, that's what they did with one of the old slashers back in the day. They literally said, you know what, I'm not going to say which one because I don't want to, like, diss it, but they're like, just re-release it, bro. Re-release it. And obviously, the people didn't want to do that, but they kind of had to. So, like, it's like, they're basically going to give us the same game, but probably worse. 2 years in, like, second year of fucking no content updates that are big. Nothing that great. Like, Cold War, I'm playing Cold War in the background because Cold War was enjoyable. Cold War had good multiplayer. Cold War could have had better stuff, but with the time they had to develop Cold War and the crunch they were under because of the predicament that went on, if you back in the last couple of years, we all know what that was, but they did something really great. They pulled a rabbit out of a hat, funny enough. I don't think that's going to happen in October or November 2023. I just personally think we should all kind of be worried that they went back on their word of having a 2-year premium title that gets stuff added for 2 years. Like, 2-year premium title, we needed that because the developers are constantly under crunch. And that's not from the sounds of it. That's from everything. That's from the game. And it's not like I'm not calling out, like, we need more stuff in the game, because we do. It's that if they develop it beforehand and Activision will just give these developers, I assume they are not getting enough time. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like they probably aren't. If they just give the developers like 2 year of time to prepare things better and have the after launch content prepared more and had more time to work on that kind of stuff, the games would be a lot better. That's why we were all screaming that this was good news when it was like back when it was supposed to be just an expansion and it's supposed to be a 2-year title, and we were all like, yes, this sounds fresh, this sounds like what we need, because we need a game that's got 2 years of support, because that's gonna make everything healthier. And now they're going back on that. That's like an alcoholic saying they're gonna quit, and then the next day they go back to the bottle. Like, it's just the worst thing that could happen for Call of Duty right now. And that also killed my, like, hope for, like, the coming future. Because you know who's going to have to help? Because all the developers help each other. That's another reason why they can't really get ahead sometimes. Because you can tell, because they're always in the credits. They have some kind of help. So I assume, like, that is one of the other reasons that they all have to help develop each game in some capacity. And it probably sucks. I'm just assuming here. It's not word, it's not fact, but I just kind of feel like that's the case with everything that's been happening. Because, like, Treyarch does make ranked every year. It's like, that kind of seems unfair and kind of stupid. But this premium title just sounds like a disaster waiting to happen. And I think they think since they made like $1 billion that, you know, this is going to make money. It's Call of Duty. It's the biggest selling gaming franchise. It'll make money. But the thing is, the goodwill of the community might go down in flames with this next title. Because everybody and their mom is in an uproar that plays multiplayer especially. Even the other modes, man. I've heard a lot of stuff from people that played just Warzone, people that play, like, you know. So it's like, you're risking a lot with this title being not just an expansion. Because everybody's already really mad. So if this next game's bad, I'm not saying that, like, Call of Duty's going to be around forever. It's just like, is this Call of Duty going to be one of those Call of Duties where it's, like, awful, and we're experiencing Vanguard again, but even worse? Like, you think Vanguard's bad? Imagine if Vanguard didn't have updates for, like barely anything added to the game. Because from the sounds of it, anything that they're going to make in the next, like, I don't know how they're going to prepare. I just don't know how this is going to be good. I'm just baffled at how they're just going to, like, yeah, we got enough content in this. We're going to make it a title. Like, I'm just in shock that they're like not going to stick to what they say. I'm not being serious there. I knew that wasn't going to fucking happen. At the end of the day, it's Activision, bro, but it's just like, damn, man. I'm just hoping that things turn around, man, because I love Call of Duty, especially zombies, man. But I love multiplayer too. You know, I've been screaming in the void for us to get better shit. It's like I want everything to turn around, man, and be better. But I don't see that happening right now. It might at the end of the cycle for MW2. It could. It very well could. I still have hope in the MW2. I'm not like copium up, but it's like it's more of me like I kind of know because since they are developing this new map and it's releasing early, that means they are technically ahead of schedule with the other stuff. And there's a possibility we will get new maps and some better stuff in multiplayer at the end of the cycle. We are getting new weapons, and that's cool. Not everything's bad, but I just need a break from and kind of just put it to the player count, because I guarantee the player count in multiplayer is still dropping. But we'll see what happens. You know, we don't know. Like, it could be a rabbit out the house situation. It could be like Cold War. Not a lot of time to develop something, and something really cool comes out of it. But for me, it's like, it just sounds like a repackaged version of MW2 that's going to be very, very the same, and very barely have anything throughout the year. Because you have to think about, they're developing this game in a very short amount of time. What are they going to release during the year? Not that much. It's going to be another year of them, like, every after launch content is being developed after launch, which I think that's why we needed a year. I've been saying this. I think that's why we need a 2-year or 3-year, even a 3-year title, so people can like have time to develop their stuff. They can have time to develop after launch stuff for each game. So when they launch a game, all the after launch content is ready to go with the click of a couple buttons and maybe a little tweak here and there. That would be a better strategy, and that'd work a lot better for the community, I feel like, and then we get a lot more extra content. But I'm not up in their office talking to them, and I don't know the whole situation, and I don't know how this is going to turn out. But I'm just like everybody else. I'm really worried. Because I love Call of Duty. Because everybody out there who's listening, thank you for just watching and listening to me talk. For another Let's Talk. Hope the next Let's Talk is not, like, as bad. Maybe it'll be about something good. I wanted to make one about Apex. Apex is a great state. We'll see. We'll see what happens in the in the coming days and weeks with MW2, and then we'll see what happens in the coming year with the next Call of Duty that is now a full title. With that said, the Beast says peace.